I'm updating the scoreboard. SOS is alright, so left, no right. There we go. Properties. Liquid Snute. I could like kind of troll with these names, but I don't really want to do it. Maybe just with SOS. Because everybody likes to call him SOS. Alrighty, and now we add image. It's the last time of the day that you guys have to listen to me doing this, as I'm talking my way through. I did get a lot better at it. Boom, doesn't that look beautiful? Tuner, SOS, Liquid Snute, left, right. Bam, everything is flawless. Alrighty, if you guys want to do me a huge favor, you guys can tweet the link of this broadcast one final time to everybody on the Twitter universe right now. Because I know that even though Flash is about to play on the main stage, and of course the internet is going to explode when Flash plays against MC, that is the type of game that brings the passion back to StarCraft 2 nerds all around the world. This is a really big series too, especially if we want to see a foreigner at BlizzCon at the end of the year. It's going to get difficult for Snute to get there, but he still has a very realistic chance at making it, especially if he has a semi-final appearance over here. If Snute wins this series, he is guaranteed of a top 8 finish and 250 points. He is a Liquid Snute on the right top side of the map. Loves his cache host, swarm host, you name it, he does it. Over here on the left bottom side of the map, we have a man who doesn't really take a very complicated approach to this game. SOS is the type of player that, like how MC used to be, and he still is sometimes. Sometimes you love to hate him because he makes everything look so easy. And he plays your race, so you can't really hate on it, at least in my case. But he is such a good player, he's phenomenal. Give it up for SOS. I have no idea why I said give it up for SOS, because I'm not expecting any of you to start clapping behind your monitor. But if you really want to do that, just like one time, be like, yeah, SOS. When nobody's watching, you look around, alright, roommate's gone, mom's gone. It's just me and my cat, or me and my dog. You can cheer behind your monitor, you can go for it. I'm going to open chat. I think I hope everything is fine. Maybe the stream disconnected again, but I think everything works. Chat off, chat on, standby, bracket, clap, clap, clack. Thank you, Codon. Thank you for clapping. Snute is opening up with speed on the right top side of the map, so a bunch of speed links. Somebody said he's going to clap for Flash. Well, that's fine. You can clap for Flash too. So Snute is going to open up with speed. It's very safe, and I don't mind him doing it against a player like SOS. We all know SOS can be crazy, and SOS has been crazy. Today he hasn't been very crazy yet, he's been very effective. He only played a single best of 3 so far in this tournament. That is a super quick Stargate. That was literally like the first 150 gas that he had available to himself. He used it to morph into a Stargate. That's actually quite good when you scout that your opponent is opening up with speed. Going for some sort of gateway pressure often won't work. Stargate, however, will always pay for itself, especially if you rush up to the Stargate, because hey, rushing up to the Stargate means it arrives a little quicker, and even if you just force a couple of drones to morph into spore crawlers, it's already a little more effective. Alright, now my viewing numbers are back, yay! I was worried for a second, it said like 112, I was like, no! Don't tell me it's just me and 111 nerds out there watching this broadcast, that would make me a little bit sad. Now we're back at 5.5k. This is a really big series for our Foreign Hope, and I'm excited for it, and I'm glad to see that so many of you guys are excited as well to watch this with me on the B stream. Already sounds sad. I don't know if it's possible to sound sad without like actually be like the last series of the day. That sounds a little sad, but I don't think I'm all that sad. I'm happy. I often get more energetic the closer we get towards the end. That sounds like the ultimate anti-passion line. I didn't mean it like that. Wow, that is worse than saying that you have no passion. I get more energy the closer I am towards the end of a broadcast. I don't know, it's just the way it is. This is interesting though, guys. We have seen this build so many times. Liquid Hero has done this build, IEM has done this build, and believe it or not, even I have done this build a lot. I would go as far to say that this is a hashtag Roddy build, but I used to do it with 2 oracles, so it's not completely my build. But SOS is following this up with a heavy gateway all-in, and it is so important for Snute that he scouts this as soon as possible. He's sending in an Overlord, but he needs to find these pylons because oh, he's getting a Roach Warren. That's really good news. Snute needs this Roach Warren. Roaches and Burrow is well, Burrow. There is an Oracle for Envision, but still, Burrow is important. But above all, the roaches are super important. He sees one of these pilots go down on the left up side of the map. How many gateways? There is an oracle doing something, but I don't care about this oracle. I care about this overlord. Alright, Snute gets a really big scout off. He sees the majority of these gateways. Nothing but units from this point on for Snute. That is what is supposed to happen. Nothing but Zerglings. Ooh, he's supply block. Okay, Snute is going to evacuate this hatchery. That's really interesting. I am not sure what the state of this game will be if Snute loses this hatch but doesn't die. Protoss doesn't have any tech, but 2 base against 2 base is, in theory, always good for Protoss, right? Unless he just dies against a Roach counterattack. What is the working count for SOS? Only 35, so actually SOS needs to do more. So I think this may have been a good call, but Snute, you need overlords, and he needs them now. He's still supply block. He lost a bunch of them against these stalkers, but I think he might be able to hang in here. It's 39 against 37 supply, but these stalkers don't have blink or anything like this. We might fight on creep. And I say we because, you know, normally I'm Protoss biased. Right now I'm a little foreigner biased. Let me be. I would love to see Snute in Anaheim towards the end of the year. Overlords have hatched. There are more roaches on the way. The pylon is literally in the main base, so it's going to be very easy. Ooh, it's getting sentries as well. I kind of wonder about that. It is really everything or nothing. For as a Snute starts +1 during all this, that is actually bizarre. +1 missile attacks. SOS still very patient. He does of course have a mothership core, but he doesn't have enough energy for a recall right now. So if they are going to fight, then it's fight for real. And I think this is the moment where Snute will have to pull his drones. All the Zerglings and Roaching are streaming forward. The Spore Crawler is going to try to help out as well and deal with this mothership core. There are 7 roaches at once on the way. I think that is enough. Can SOS recall already? He can in 5 energy. He's still going to lose a bunch of stalkers before he actually recalls out. He should recall out real soon, right? Yes, he is going to recall out. So what does this leave us with? 37 workers for SOS against 34 from Snute. The good news is for Snute that SOS has no tech behind this other than this one Stargate. Stargates, oh, actually he moved his Spore Crawlers as well. It's important that he doesn't just lose 12 drones. Snute needs to re-establish his economy as soon as possible. That is like the most important thing for our Zerg player right now. I'm still reading, I'm reading chat a little bit. I thought it was funny because somebody thought, well, in fact, I am going to be really mean and I'm going to say that Rotterdam is not on the mainstream because he is not a good caster. As much as that could be the reason, that is actually not the reason, because I did get invited to the tournament, I just couldn't go, but thank you, buddy. I appreciate the support. Anyways, I'll focus on the game. If I start reading chat, I'll get distracted with all the nice and not so nice comments, and I want to talk with you guys all day. This is really interesting, because not very often do you see people transition out of an Oracle into 7-gate opening. Like, it's just, you basically go all out or die trying. SOS got the 3rd hatchery, which is really good, but he got like 4 or 5 proxy pylons up on the top side of this map. And he did make a massive commitment. If you take a look at Unit's lost resource tab, it's dead even. Of course, Snute losing a bunch of drones is a little painful, but then again, it's easier for Zerg to re-establish your economy than it is for Protoss. And I'm saying because I'm really shocked to see Stargate number 2 and 3 go down. But the more I think about it, the less shocked I am. Because if he would wipe in the robotics facility, which he will still do, but if he would have done it immediately and rely on Void Rays to be safe, it would take a very, very long time. So SOS is just going to play Stargate heavy style over here, which, you know, sentries and Void Rays can make miracles happen. It's interesting that that's going to be his follow-up, especially because the high for Snute, you know, despite this game, despite the crazy aggressive opening that SOS threw at Snute, this is still a really quick hive. A ridiculously quick hive, I'd like to say even. 13 minutes and 20 seconds while losing your 3rd base and defending an all-in. That is as fast as they come. It is really important for Snute that he eventually gets a scout up. This Overseer could be so important. Overseer, you with all the eyes, you can be the real MVP of this game, but Snute, did he see Stargate number 2? Oh, he came so close to seeing this one, but he didn't see it. So it is really important for Snute that when he moves out, that he doesn't do it with just 6 to 8 Hydralisks. No, he needs like 18 to 20 Hydralisks. And I know that sounds like a ridiculous number, but he really needs a lot of Hydralisks. He did see the Void Ray, so maybe he sort of picked up on it. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to read chat, but I really don't want to read chat now because I won't do any justice to this game if I get distracted with chat all the time. But I will talk with you guys as soon as this game is over because there is plenty happening as well. It seems like Snute is getting ready for a huge attack. +2 missile attacks is about to finish up. He's getting Overlord speed, which surprised me a little bit. I'm not really sure what the purpose is. Unless he wants to... No, actually, never mind. I have no idea why he would be getting Overlord speed in this phase in the game, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that Jens is moving across the map with 110 supply against the 79 of SOS. SOS is currently sitting at 6 Void Rays. He does have a Mothership Core as well. Oracle is still not getting picked up. Really good use of this Oracle by SOS. I want to give credit where credit is due, and he's been doing a phenomenal job in not losing that Oracle and dropping Revelation over and over and again, and also picking up a couple of drones early on. SOS feels like he can start taking the fight already. I think we have enough Hydralisks actually. I think a Blinding Cloud would be awesome, and there will be a Blinding Cloud indeed. That was a phenomenal Blinding Cloud by Snute. Does he have enough Hydralisks to kill the Void Rays? No, he does not. Void Rays will take out all these Hydras, but maybe the Roaches can kill a Nexus. This is a risky move though. Void Rays with prismatic alignment do so much damage on Roaches. Snute is moving in, he's taking out a lot of probes, that's something. At the same time, there is a Warp Prism as well on the right top side of the map, warping in a bunch of Zealots. And we are focused on these Roaches. Will these Roaches be able to kill the Nexus? Oh, Snute! I guess it didn't matter. I think he thought he wouldn't be able to get it anyway, which I agree with. He didn't really lose all this much in the right top side of the map. He killed 21 workers, he lost 2. He knows that he's playing against nothing but Hydras. Did he kill the Mothership Core? Yes, he did. Oh, excuse me, that he plays against nothing but Void Rays. So pure Hydra is going to be the next move. This is a really important building for SOS now. If SOS gets, let's say, 4 or 5 High Templars out, then I think Snute is going to be in a lot of trouble. If he doesn't get those 4 or 5 High Templars out, this 4-crawler move, SOS is so smart. He's going to find his 4th base as well. He has so much energy, by the way, in this Oracle. Like, he could actually move this Oracle towards here, but there is still a Queen. Man, Snute is relentless this game with his aggression. 26 Hydralisks now against 8 Void Rays and 2 High Templars. Storm is on the way. Like 3 or 4 Storms can completely change the landscape of this game because Hydralisk can't fight against Storm. He sees the High Templars and I'm sure that he's praying right now, please don't have Storm. And these High Templars don't have Storm yet. This could be the moment that Snute is looking for. Does he have enough Hydralisks to kill all the Void Rays this time? It looks like he has. A few Archons are streaming in as well. And SOS steps out. Snute wins game 1 with a really small timing window here in the latest stages of Nimbus. Because if he waits a little longer and SOS has Storm, then pure Hydralisk is not going to do it anymore. That's sick. Snute 1 map win away right now from qualifying to the round of 8, which would mean a lot of additional WCS points, which would mean that he's getting closer and closer towards BlizzCon. And I know I sound a little biased now, but forgive me. I think, when we have SOS is... Actually, SOS kind of needs the points too, right? Let's take a look at the WCS rankings real quick, because that is really important. WCS rankings. SOS is ranked 14, yeah, that's true. We can't be too biased over here. Man, this is actually such a huge series between these two. SOS ranked 14, Snute ranked 16. But I do believe that SOS is still... I have to confirm this, but as far as I know, SOS did make it to GSL run of 16, or am I dreaming now? Code S... Yeah, SOS is in Group B of the run of 16. That's actually a group that SOS can make it out as well. Effort, Solar, and just lose to Rain. Okay, so it's a huge series. Obviously, if SOS loses this, that's not the end of the world for him, because he's still in GSL Code S, so he can get so many additional points from Code S. Snute is out of WCS Europe, so Snute really needs every single tournament he attends to, rake in as many WCS points as possible. Oh, man, I'm actually I don't know why I'm nervous about this series, because for me it really makes no difference to my life who wins, but for some reason I'm getting nervous over here. I think it's awesome. I'm gonna tweet about this, because I think people have to know. Snute wins game 1 versus SOS. One more map win. He qualifies for the round of 8. Hashtag IEM, hashtag WCS, even when it's not a WCS event. Well, it is a WCS event. C2B, game 2 coming up. Alrighty, I tweeted. If you guys would be so kind to retweet my tweet, and normally I don't do this, and this is not to promote my own tweet, and oh my god, I'm a caster, I need all the followers. I just want everybody to know that Snute is playing right now. My Twitter is twitter.com/rotterdam08. For my part, you unfollow me as long as you retweet the tweet. That is the most important thing for me right now. Because I want people to watch Snute. This could be, like at the end of the year, when it's all said and done, and the dust is settled, or however they say that, this could really be the series that makes the difference between Snute qualifying for BlizzCon or not. So, it is, Roddy has red eye. Well, I have red eye in my heart. You guys tweet that at Paul. But the fact that I have red eye has nothing to do with Paul itself. He knows he's in my heart. Whew. Alrighty. Game number 2 is going to be played on Overgrowth. We can think about PvZ on Overgrowth for a second. This is a good Swarmos map. I'm not sure if you guys watched the Red Bull Battlegrounds in Detroit last weekend, but Violet was awesome with Swarmos, and he's been awesome with Swarmos on this map for a long time. I cast a lot of Violet against Hawk, Violet against Spock, but even he showed it against CJ Enter's Tross, which is a Caspa Protoss, and normally people are like, oh my god, you know, North Americans suck, but Caspa Protoss would demolish Violet. But Violet actually he wrecked Tross, there's no other way to put it. Snute, we know he loves his Swarmos. It is possible that we will see some Swarmos in this game and on this map. Roddy stoned? Nope. Roddy not stoned. Why does Roddy look so blazed? I don't know. Because you guys make it sound like I am. I could wake up after a 24-hour sleep and I could have been sleeping. I could have streamed my sleep for 24 hours and then I wake up and you guys will still say that I'm high. That's just that's the moral of this entire Twitch conversation. It's not going anywhere. It's Snute win game 1, Snute demolish game 1. Like, I actually want to talk about game 1 again because that was such a good call by Snute to sacrifice his third base. Like, how many Zerg players will you see out there that are going to sacrifice the third base? 2 base against 2 base. You'd say normally, well, you know, Zerg is Tyrannosaurus wrecked in Arabia, once upon a time in the wrecked. You know, you name it, any version, Tyrannosaurus wrecked. All the wrecks. If Zerg loses that third base against Protoss, it's 2 base against 2 base. We're in a lot of trouble. He even lost 14-15 drones in his main base as well, but he stabilized. I was so happy when I saw the Roach Warren go down, because without the Roach Warren, Zerg players are dead. There is just no way you're going to defend this push. This push comes too quickly, like the Oracle into 7-8 gate, comes too quickly for Hydralisk to deal with. You're not going to get Hydralisk out, and Zerglings alone, you know, Zerglings against 8 gate, haha, good story. Never going to happen. Whoops, I have to chat. So it is super important that Snute got his Roach Warren. And it's funny as well because Snute lost in the semi-finals, no, in the quarterfinals against Stardust, and he lost a very similar game. And the only reason why he lost was because he didn't have a Roach Warren. And I'm not even sure if this was the Oracle into Gateway All-In. It was game 1 against Stardust, and I'm thinking about it now. But I've been casting too many games for StarCraft, even today, that I can't remember the games I casted last week. Anyways, I'm going to update my scoreboard as soon as possible. We are again. This actually doesn't even look that bad with this. I could do that more often. Snute, yeah, man, this even works too. The gods are with me. Hashtag RoddyNA Productions. My brain is not functioning even. Score 0-1. That's right. Order. Oh. There we go. Alrighty, over here on the right top side of the map, we have the currently highest ranked non-Korean player when it comes to WCS points. He is representing Team Liquid. It is Snute, or as the Germans like to call him, Snute. He calls himself Snute every now and then too, but then he realized that the rest of the world will always call him Snute, so he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna call myself Snute. Over here on the left-hand side of the map, we have the man who doesn't win tournaments very often, but when he does, he makes sure that first place is $100,000. It is SOs. What is how's Flash going by the way? Give me a small update in Twitch chat right now. How is Flash doing? What is the score between Flash and MC? I would really like to know. Before this game kicks off. Somebody said I'm German, I don't call him Snute. I was kidding, guys, not all Germans call him like that, but the guys from Take TV do though. Small update for Flash versus Flash just started, so nothing happened yet. Alright, cool, thank you. Thanks for the update. So Snute is spawning on the right top side, like I said before. He's going hedge first on the low ground. SOS does not have a forge yet, which I think right now Snute is like, oh god, don't add me to the list that SOS has cannon rushed on a big stage. Last year SOS played so simple, he was always just like forge fast expand. If you he's faking it. I think Snute is pretty nervous now. If I'm Snute, man, he only pulls a single drone. He's going to see it real soon. He's clicking. He's like, click. Show me the forge. Where is it? Show me the forge. You're not making a forge. I can't believe SOS let his Python finish. Man, SOS really tried to bluff Snute over here, and Snute just completely called his bluff and shut him down. This might just go down as the most useless pylon in the history of pylons in StarCraft 2. I guess the only thing that SOS can say is that he would have been supply blocked otherwise. Snute is going to take the gold base again. He has done this before. He likes to play Roach, Hydra, Viper on this map. And he gets Vipers so quickly. It's pretty damn good. So we'll see how it plays out. SOS did scout it, right? Yep. This is such a sick pylon. You know, if we talk about Pylo the pylon, shout out to Husky, then this might... How long will this pylon live? I guess up to the point where this queen will hatch and we'll just wonder why the hell there is a pylon in her mineral line. This queen is like, hey, it's my mineral line. So Snute is a fully saturated main base. He does have speed on the way as well. If I'm a pros player, which I am, at least I like to think I am, I am already kind of worried when I have an opening like this. You know, I waste 100 resources, my opponent went hedge first, got away with it, follows it up with the gold base. SOS is going to send one Zealot across the map. That could be very frustrating for Snute to deal with. The Stargate is the next follow-up, but let's focus on this Zealot at first. This could be very frustrating for Snute to deal with, because now he's going to lose a little bit of mining time. So this Zealot in a weird way has already paid for itself, because the mining time is quite a bit delayed. SOS is taking the same approach to this as Stardust did last week when Stardust played against Snute at the Red Bull Battlegrounds in Detroit. Just send your first Zealot. I think Stardust sent like 2 Zealots and a Mothership Core, if I recall correctly. And then he followed up with some Stargate play and he got an Oracle into this expand. The Spore Crawler wasn't ready yet, so the Zealot actually did a lot of damage to a Queen. And then the Oracle just flew in, killed the Queen, and then also killed like 7 or 8 drones. That was a really good start. But I think in the end Snute still won this game. So going by the history books, that is, things are looking alright for Snute, as he didn't really take that much economic damage yet, doesn't have a low HP Queen either. Look at SOS, he's just going to do sort of the same thing again. He has 4 gateways in part of his wall. Oh, what is SOS doing? He's sending out a Zealot and 2 Stalkers to the middle of the map. He doesn't have a Pylon over here either. I have no idea what SOS just did there, but that is a really expensive mistake. And I am not sure if his gateway follow-up is going to be all that great. This Oracle could do a lot of damage, but Snute is actually just producing a lot of Zerglings. Snute should go back to droning. There are 2 Queens now, so 2 Queens is enough to usher this Oracle away. Currently SOS is 3 gates. What a bizarre game. This really... I have no idea what I'm watching. So now the Forge goes down, after SOS has completely locked himself in his main. He's making 5 gates. There are a lot of speedlings out. If I was Snute, I wouldn't really try to push the issue. Just keep these speedlings alive. Just make it very hard for SOS to A, move out, and B, go up to 3 bases. And just drone up. And that is exactly what Snute is doing now. He's getting 5 more drones, so he will be able to overtake SOS in economy soon. Oracle is being annoying, picking up as many drones as possible. And SOS has 8 kills. Of course, for the people who just joined us and wondering what's going on, the winner of this series will advance to the quarterfinals of the Intel Extreme Masters in Toronto, while the loser of this series will have to go up against TCM First, the Korean Protoss that's living in Germany, tomorrow. First has defeated Masa 2-0, that happened before this series, and the decided matches will all be played tomorrow. So if SOS loses now, he's going to have to come back tomorrow morning and play his final group stage match before the quarterfinals even start. Of course, the same goes for Snute, but Snute can lose this map and one more map behind it. This is really not a good position for SOS to be in, I think. I mean, he's still up 5 workers. I think Snute is really confused. about what was going on. He's still on. Okay. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is the fact that Snute is still on hatchery tag. I think he's really mentally preparing for an all-in, which I don't think is going to come in the near future. And I can't blame him, because Protoss players normally don't go for like full wall-offs unless they want to go for a gateway all-in. They already have a pilot somewhere tucked away in the corner of the map. They start whopping in all the gateway units there. These roaches are getting very close to the sentries. One sentry will fall. Zergling is going to try to jump on top of these sentries as well, so a lot of force field energy goes away. Snute can just retreat and actually work on this Nexus, which he doesn't know is there yet. He's going to see it real soon though, and SOS trapped himself in again. This pylon even finishes up. The probe will fall, this pylon will fall, and this Nexus is going to get cancelled. During all this, Snute squeezed out 11 drones, and I think SOS gave up now. He's like, alright. I want to say that's it, no more third base, but he has on 52 probes. And I have to admit that I've never seen him Protoss all in on 2 bases on 52 workers. Oracle is going to be annoying once more. This is one of those games where Snute's money. Snute, you can really afford a bunch of spore crawlers. Even though I guess you don't really need them anymore, but still, this Oracle will eventually come back and kill 17 workers. It's kind of bound to happen. We're looking at 72 army supply against 43, but Snute's lair was incredibly late, or is incredibly late, so that means that he still does not have Zergling's, roach speed, and you really kind of need roach speed if you want to deal with Blink Stalkers. So take a look at SOS's setup. Blink is halfway done, +2 is almost halfway done. It's been a really crazy game. I think this is just the type of game where, if this was a ladder game, Snute would have played a lot more greedy. And I think he would have been in a much better position than he currently is. I still like his position, even though he doesn't have a great economy. Do I like his position? Do I really now? I think I still kind of do. Hydros then is about to finish up. Roach speed is on the way now. He's mining off this gold base, so he does have a great economy, even when he's down a few workers. But I think if Snute was playing a random ladder Protoss over here that was called Vampire Slayer 338, I think Snute would have been on 78 workers now, already have Hydra speed, Roach speed, +2 missile attacks, and there's no way that this Protoss stands a chance. But because Snute delayed his own tech so incredibly much, I think out of respect for SOS, and worried about the attack that was coming, but actually wasn't coming, this game is still very close. Snute is up 40 supply, but when you give a player like SOS access to, what is it, 6 sentries that all almost have 4 force fields, Snute separates his army a little bit, so it gets this around, loses a few Zerglings, but doesn't really lose all that many. Oracle used Envision. I'm not exactly sure for what. Second robotic facility being wiped in. There is an infestation pit going down. Like I said before, on this map, Snute loves Roach, Hydra, Viper. If he can get away with it, he will probably do it. All these Zerglings trying to jump on top of these sentries and these stalkers. This could be an okay fight. The sentries are very exposed. Look at all these sentries. 3, 4, 5 sentries go down in the blink of an eye. Blink is ready for the stalkers too, but that is a very expensive loss. This makes it really hard for all these stalkers to micro their way out of this. There are a few Hydralisks knocking on the front door of SOS now as well. SOS absolutely needs, phenomenal blinks. He needs blinks out of this world if he doesn't just want to straight up die over here. I'm going to try to zoom out as far as I possibly can, because there are roaches and hydras on-powering this robotics facility as well. That means no Colossus. And how does Protoss deal with hydras if you don't have a Colossus or if you don't have Storm? This is going to get really difficult. Snute is losing units. It's 115 army supply against 52 though. Oh my god, I think Snute just might be able to do it over here. He's going to work on this mineral line.